All right, so this is part two. This is module 10, review for the quiz. This is going to be lesson two. All right, and this is really about area of circles. And when we use you formulas we use, if they give us circumference, if they give us radius, if they give us diameter. So it's important to understand the couple formulas that go along with that. So let's talk about the formulas first of all. We've got area of a circle, and of course, area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay, so you see, I need to know the radius in order to find the area of a circle. And this doesn't mean times two. This really means the radius times the radius. So you really even could write it like this, pi times whatever the radius is times whatever the radius. You want to avoid multiplying pi 2, okay, because that is a common mistake. But what if I have the diameter? Well, what if they give me diameter? Well, diameter, of course, um, is the radius multiplied. Let me actually erase that. Um, Let me actually just cross that out. What if I have the radius? What if I have the diameter, I should say? How do I just take the diameter and I divide it by 2. Okay, and that's actually what's going to help me with this first problem. To make grape juice, water is added to a large cylindrical vat of grapes. If the diameter of the vat is 16 feet, what's the area of the base of the vat? So I'm like, think about a cup. Okay. I just want to know the bottom of the cup. I want to know the area of the bottom of the cup. It's got a diameter of 16 feet. And I don't want to know the diameter. I want to know the radius, right? Well, radius is going to be the diameter divided by 2. So what's 16 divided by 2, or half of 16? That's going to be 8, right? And that says use 3.14 for pi. So again, area is going to be pi times radius times radius. So this is like saying 3.14 times 8 times 8. Okay. All right. So let's do the math. 3.14 times 8 times 8. And what do I get? 200.96. And of course, all of these are always going to be in square units when we're talking about area. So 200.96. We'll check it. And we're good. We're ready to move on. Okay. All right. Moving on to my next problem. And I'm going to have to clear out a lot of this junk I drew here. So I'll probably have to rewrite some of it, which is okay. Okay. All right. A group of historians is building a teepee to display a local multicultural fair. The teepee has a height of 7 uh, feet 4 inches at its center, and it has a circular floor, a radius of 14 feet. So there's that word radius. And what's the area of the floor? So I don't even care about the height. I'm just going to cross that out. What's the area of the floor of the teepee to the nearest square foot? And it says use 22 over 7. So remember, area of a circle is area equals pi r squared. Okay, and again, that's not times 2, that's radius times radius. Okay, so of course pi is 22 over 7, and then I'm multiplying that times 14 times 14. So it doesn't matter what order you do this in. Okay, so I'm going to go 22 divided by 7 times 14 times 14. And then there's my answer, 616 square feet. And of course, you can look at the hint. It's going to tell you exactly what I told you. Use the formula pi r squared, square the radius, then multiply by pi. That's what we did. Okay. All right, moving on to number 3. We check it, we're good. Okay, let me clear off what I've got. All right. All right, now, okay, so this is where it gets a little trickier. The face of a clock has a circumference of 14 pi. Okay, what is its area? So now we're going from circumference, which of course circumference is pi times diameter, right? And remember, radius is always diameter divided by 2. And then, of course, area is pi r squared. So I actually need to use these 3 formulas to do this. But I can do this, right? Okay, circumference is 14 pi. So what do I need to do here? Well, whenever they give me circumference, instead of multiplying, I need to divide. So I'm going to take 14 and I'm going to divide by pi. I'm going to divide by 3.14. And guess what that's going to give me? That is going to give me the diameter. Okay. So, but guess what? 14 pi divided by pi just crosses off pi. So what's my diameter? 14. Okay. You're going to see some problems that say keep your answer in terms of pi. That means to keep pi in the answer. Okay, I didn't mean to be so dramatic with my cross off there. My diameter is 14. My diameter is 14. What's my radius? Well, radius is diameter divided by 2. So half of 14 would be 7. And now just plug it in right here. Okay, and this time we're going to use 3.14. Okay, so 7 times 7 times 3.14. And I'm going to get to the point where I'm not going to write this out every time for you, but you should still write it out. So 7 times 7, 7 times 7, or 49 times 3.14. And what do I get? 153.86. 153.86. And of course, that's square inches. All right, we'll check it and work it. All right, moving on to question 4. Clear it. All right, question 4. A carpenter cuts a circle out of a piece of wood. The radius of the circle is 23 inches. And then the carpenter cuts it into 2 semicircles. What's the area of one semicircle? Well, I mean, he's got a circle and he cuts it into 2 semicircles. So what has he done? He's taken a circle and he's cut it in half. So I just want to find the area of a circle and then cut it in half, right? Okay, so of course the area is pi r squared. So it says use 3.14. So 23 times 23 times 3.14. Okay. What is that? Okay. 23 times 3.14. That gives me 166,106. Is that my answer? No, because I need to find half of it. Okay, I need to divide that by 2. Divide that by 2. I need to find half because it's a semicircle. 830.53 is my answer. 830.53. Okay, and that is my answer. Okay, in fact, just so my problem looks neat, I'm just dividing it by 2. And you can go through all the hints and they're going to tell you the exact same thing I just told you. Okay, and you're going to get hints when you take the actual quiz too, so use them. Use them. Okay, moving on. Number 5. Clear it. 4 identical circles are lined up in a row with no gaps between them, such that the diameter for a segment is 68 centimeters long. So draw yourself a picture. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 4 circles. Man, they're awesome circles. And what does that mean? That's 68. All right. What's the combined area of all the circles to the nearest hundredth? Well, I need to find one of the areas of one of the circles. So I need to go 68 divided by 4. And what is that going to give me? That's going to give me the diameter of one circle. So 68 divided by 4. That gives me 17. So if my diameter of one of my circles is 17, what would my radius be? I don't remember. To get that, I've got to divide by what? 2. That's right. 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. And now I'm going to do pi r squared. So I'm going to go 8.5 times 8.5 times 3.14. And what do I get? Okay, 226.865, right? All right, but is that my answer? And it says, of course, is that my answer though? Well, no, I need to know all 4 of them, so I need to multiply that number by 4. I'm going to multiply it by 4. And then it says to the nearest hundredth, which it's in 100, 907.46. And 907.46 centimeters squared. Okay, and of course, if you go through all the hints, it's going to tell you the same thing. Divide the length, blah, blah, blah. Right. Okay. All right. Okay, this is the last word problem type, and then we're going to go on to some mathy problems that really you can do very, very quickly. Okay. I'm going to erase this all. All right. Miss Flynn's class is painting a circular canvas for the upcoming school dance. Class is estimating the area they need to paint. Its diameter is 5 feet. What's the area? Okay, they gave you diameter. What should you do? What's the radius? Okay, well, guess what? My radius is, that's right, 2.5. And I need to punch it into pi r squared. So that's right, 2.5 times 2.5 times 3.14. 2.5 times 2.5 times 3.14. And I get my answer. And it says round to the nearest whole number. What's my nearest whole number? Oops, I made a mistake there. That did not come out properly. Let's try that again. 2.5 times 2.5 times 3.14. There we go. What's my nearest whole number? 20. Correct. Good. Okay, if you're following along, you saw that I didn't push the buttons on the calculator right. Check it. We're good. All right. Now we got some mathy problems. Okay. Rapid speed, rapid speed. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, they gave me radius. They give me radius. Square it. Multiply by 3.14, right? Okay, so 10 squared. 10 squared is 100. Of course, you can go 10 times 10. Okay, so 10 times 10 times 3.14, 314. These are meant to be done in like 10 seconds. Okay, next. Diameter is 2. What do I do when I have diameter? That's right, divide by 2. Okay, so 2 divided by 2. Hopefully you don't need to do that on the calculator. Okay, hopefully you don't need to do that on the calculator. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So 1 times 3.14. Hopefully you didn't touch the calculator. 1 times 3.14 is 3.14. Okay. All right, good. Moving on to the next one. All right, they gave me circumference. Okay, so this one, now I gotta do a little bit, right? I gotta go from circumference, I gotta go to diameter, right? So remember, circumference to diameter, I've got to divide by what? That's right, I've got to divide by pi. So, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna get my calculator out. 62.8, and I'm gonna divide by 3.14. Now, what is 20? 20 is my diameter. What must I do next? Divide by 2 to get my radius. Good. And now what do I do with radius? Pi r squared. So radius times radius. So 10 times 10, which gives me, whoops, sorry, 10 times 10. 10 times 10 times 3.14. And there's my answer, 314. Okay. All right, rapid fire. You'll get another one of those. Okay, gave me diameter, so what must I do? That's right, divide by 2. So this is 4 times 4 times 3.14, 50.24. Okay, next. All right, circumference. Again, I want to find diameter, so I need to divide by pi, right? So circumference, so 18.84 divide by 3.14 first. 6 is now my diameter. To find radius, I divide by 2. And again, help write this down. You should be writing this down. But this is why I'm doing rapid fire on these. There's my radius. Okay, so now pi r squared, right? Find the area. 3 times 3 times 3.14. There's your answer, 28.26 miles squared. All right, check it. Okay, all right, so now I want to find the radius, okay? So pi r squared, right? All right, so 99 times 99 times 3.14. Big number, right? 30,775,775.14. All right, moving on to question 13. Okay, now this is a test prep question, but it's pretty much the same. Okay, again, I've got circumference, and I want to know the area. So circumference, what do I need to do first? Divide by pi to get the diameter, okay? So 40.82 divided by 3.14. Okay, so that tells me right now my diameter is 13. So my diameter is 13. That means my radius is 13 divided by 2. It's 6.5. And make sure you could read that, 6.5. Okay, now I've got everything I need to know, right? Okay, 6.5 times 6.5 times 0.14, and that gives me my answer. But of course, make sure, and it doesn't say to round it to anything, does it? Yeah, it doesn't say. So you're going to put that whole number in there, 132.665, 132.665 centimeters squared. All right, question 14. We're getting close. We're getting close to being done. Okay. All right, Safita put a circular placemat, gives me a radius. Okay, totally even need to write anything out. Pi r squared, 7.5 times 7.5 times 3.14. Here's your answer, 176.625, 176.625. Okay, inches squared. Next. All right. Length of a curved part of a semicircle is 25.12. What's the approximate area of a semicircle? Use 3.14 for pi. All right, since it's a semicircle, we're going to treat this like a circle, but when we get to the answer at the end, we're going to find half of it. So we're going to divide by 2. So first of all, since they've given me a circular part of it, right, they've given me the circumference. So first thing I need to do, of course, is to find what the diameter would be. Okay, so let's see, what would my diameter be? So 25.12, and I want to divide that by 3.14, right? Okay, so 8. So let's say my diameter, of course, is 8, right? All right, now I'm going to leave it at that, all right? I'm not going to find the radius because this is a semicircle. Okay, so I've got 8 here. All right, so now I need to go, I'm just going to leave it there. Now 8, I'm going to use pi r squared. 8 times 8 times 3.14. That gives me 200.96. Okay, and then to find my answer, I need to take that and divide by 2. So it's a little trickier because it's a semicircle. It's half of the circle. Another way you could do this is you could take 25.12, double that, and then work it that way. So let me show you that as well. So 25.12 times 2. So 25, so you're finding the whole circle here. So 25.12 times 2. Okay, that's 50.24. So I'm actually going to write that out. 50.24. So that would be the circumference of the whole circle, right? Okay. And then I need to divide that by 3.14. Okay. And then, of course, that's my diameter, right? Okay. And then we need to find radius. So I'm going to divide that by 2, right? So there's my radius, which is 8, and then pi r squared. So 8 times 8 times 8, 64 times 3.14 is 200.96, and then I got to divide by 2, which gives me 100.48. So two ways you could do it. That one's a little bit trickier just because it's a semicircle. I think the hints kind of tell you what to do here. Double the length, yep, and then find the area of the circle, divide by 2. So you can see that's kind of what I did. Okay, let me clear off my screen here. Got a middle school basketball court here. There's a large circle painted on the floor. The diameter of the circle is 12. What's the area? Okay, so I've got diameter. I need to know radius. So let's see. What must I do? Well, that's right, divide by 2. So 12 divided by 2, oops, sorry, 12 divided by 2, that's 6. And pi r squared, 6 times 6 times 3.14. There's my answer, right? 113.04 feet squared. All right, I've got a radius of 33. Okay, so I have everything I need. Pi r squared, right? Okay, so 33 times 33 times 3.14. And there's my answer. Okay, 3,419.46. Okay. All right. All right, these last two are spiral review. All right, Carlos drew a figure on the smartboard and said it was a triangle with angles of 100, 35, and 55. Nate said that's impossible. Who is correct? All right, well, remember, in order for my triangle to be a triangle, it has to have angles that add up to 180 degrees. So let's see, do they add up to 180 degrees? 100 plus 35 plus 55. What's wrong? Oh, I got 190. So let's see, is Carlos right or is Nate right? Well, obviously Nate's right. It's not a triangle. So some of the angles is, so Nate's correct because 190, some of the angles, oops, no, triangle is 180. Some of the angles Carlos gave was 190. Okay. All right, and this is basically from the last section. Diameter wheel is 3 feet. What's the circumference? Remember, circumference equals pi times diameter. So 3 times 3.14, 9.42. All right, you're ready for your quiz tomorrow. You're going to do really well, okay? You can use this video while you're taking the quiz as well to help you out with it. Okay, best of luck to you.